Good morning. Welcome. To all you people out in the foyer, welcome. I suppose because, this is a good kind of walking, strolling song anyway. So, yeah, you know, people being on their feet is perfectly fine.
Okay, tempo. Go
One,
on.
two, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Good morning, Unity of Bellevue. Join us. Join us in the sanctuary and stand as you are able if you want to. This song is called I Am Alive with the Spirit of God. Are we alive? We're alive. Woo! Enthusiastic. The lyrics are very easy. You don't actually need them in front of you. You can sing along as you want to. Come on. I am alive
With the Spirit of God. I am alive with the Spirit of God. I am alive with the Spirit of God. I am alive with the Spirit of God. I am alive, y'all, alive with the Spirit of God. That's it. That's the whole song right there. I am alive with the Spirit of God. 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 I am alive, y'all, alive with the Spirit of God. See, I learned this song, and if I can memorize it, keep it really basic. So if you feel like getting up and dancing around or strolling or doing whatever and showing how alive you are with the Spirit of God, that's right. There you swing your cane. There you go. I love it. 1. I am alive with the Spirit of God. 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 I am alive, y'all, alive with the Spirit of God. Do harmonies now. I am alive with the Spirit of God. 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 I am alive, y'all, alive with the Spirit of God. Let's go through it one more time. I am alive with the Spirit of God. 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 I am alive, y'all, alive with the Spirit of God. I am alive, y'all. Here we go. I am alive, y'all, alive with the Spirit of God. One more time and take it to the 4. I am alive, y'all, alive with the Spirit of God.
Very nice. Woo!
Alive with the Spirit of God by Reverend Dale Worley.
Really? Amen.
He and I were born like 364 days and a couple hundred miles apart.
Whoa.
I was born in West Virginia. Dale was born in Kentucky. And we almost share a birthday. We're one day off. I got to know him real well when I was a minister in Birmingham, Alabama, and he was at the church in Savannah, Georgia. So we used to sing that song all the time. Anyway, good morning.
Morning.
Once again, straight down a rabbit hole, right? Once I start talking, you never know where I'm going to end up. I am Reverend Charles Perry, and I'm the senior minister here at Unity of Bellevue. If you are new, I want you to know that we are here to help you heal what ails you and help you grow spiritually. And if there is anything weighing on your heart or mind today, please let me know. Grab me after the service, or you can grab one of my business cards. They are on that little round table before you exit the sanctuary. It's got my email address, my phone number. Give me a call, shoot me an email, and I want to help. That's why I'm here. Also, if you're new here, please make sure you visit our welcome table after the service. It's located diagonally that way. And get yourself a welcome packet. They're the white envelopes, the little teal stripe at the bottom. A lot of great information about Unity in there, and a connection card we would love to have you fill out, and you can leave with me or Reverend Monica or any of our ushers or greeters. You can also just fill out a connection card that's in the seat back in front of you and get signed up to receive our e-newsletter and get into our database so you can find out about all the great stuff that is happening here at Unity. And if you're online, and good morning to everybody who's joining us online, hey, we love you. You can go to our website, www.unityofbellevue.org, go to the I'm New page and fill out a form, and we will snail mail you one of those welcome packs, or you can just go to the bottom of any page on the site and sign up for our e-newsletter. Also, we want you to know that you are welcome, accepted, safe, and celebrated here with us, regardless of your race, creed, color, ethnicity, national origin, religious background, sexuality, gender identity, economic status, or if you are a person who is differently abled. So on that note, I'd like to mention that we have hearing assist devices available. If you need, please check with your usher or greeter to get one. Each and every one of you are the divine in expression, and you are welcome here. So we like to express this oneness with our statement of being, and I'd like to invite all of you to join me in affirming it together. There is only one presence and one power, active as my life and as the universe, God the good, omnipotent. And now would you please join me in affirming our new mission statement together. We are an inclusive spiritual community that restores wholeness, practices peace, and promotes equity. Unity is a positive, practical, progressive approach to Christianity based on the teachings of Jesus and the power of prayer. Unity honors the universal truths in all religions and respects each individual's right to choose a spiritual path. And we are delighted that you've chosen to walk it with us this morning. We like to begin everything that we do with prayer, so won't you please join me now? Sweet Spirit, we are so deeply grateful for the opportunity to be here today on this dark, foggy morning when we can all get together and enjoy the warmth and the light and the love, to remind ourselves of the divinity that we see, the divinity that we know, and the divinity that we are. We are also deeply grateful for all of our blessings, our blessings as individuals and our blessings as a spiritual community. For each of those blessings, and this morning especially for this sacred place and every precious spirit that is here with us, we say thank you, sweet Spirit. Thank you, God. So it is. Okay, well, our music director, Tony Serzo, is still under the weather, but we are really lucky to have Linda and Becky and Matt back with us again today. So won't you please stand and join us in singing?
As always, the lyrics are going to be up behind us to help us out a little bit as we express. Daniel Nahmod wrote this one. This is called I'm Reaching Out. If it's new to you, listen. Join in when you're ready. I'm reaching out
to feel the infinite. I'm reaching out to know the divine. I'm reaching out to feel the infinite. Yeah, forever is already mine. I'm reaching out to feel the infinite. I'm reaching out to know the divine. I'm reaching out to feel the infinite. Yeah, forever is already mine. I'm already there. I'm already home. I'm already safe in my eternal soul. I'm already safe in my eternal soul. I'm already there, I'm already home, I'm already safe in the eternal soul. I'm rising up to feel the infinite, I'm rising up to know the divine. I'm rising up to feel the infinite, yet forever is already mine. I'm already there, I'm already home, I'm already safe in my eternal soul. I'm already there, I'm already home, I'm already safe in the eternal soul.
Beautiful voices today. Yeah, give yourselves a hand. This next song is a Michael Stillwater song. Many of you may know this. I think I see some choir members that know this one. This is called The Heart of the Mother, and there are a couple of parts, so choose a part that you love and just let the divine express through you. Let's start this. I am one.
I am one with the heart of the mother. I am one with the heart of love. I am one with the mind of the Father. I am one with God. I am one with the heart of the mother. I am one with the heart of love. I am one with the mind of the Father. I am one with God. I am one with the heart of the mother. I am one with the heart of love. I am one with the mind of the Father. I am one with I am one with the heart of the mother. I am one with the heart of love. I am one with the mind of the Father. I am one with God.
Please be seated. We're going to move into meditation now. So take a moment to take a nice breath in. Let go as we transition in with
I breathe and turn within. I breathe and turn within. I open up my heart and feel God's presence. I breathe and turn within. I breathe and turn within. I open up my heart to feel God's love. I breathe and turn within. I breathe and turn within. I open up my heart and sing and turn within. I open up my heart and feel God's love. I open up my heart and feel God's love. I open up my heart and feel God's love.
So now is indeed the time that we breathe and turn within. And we move into meditation together. I'd like to invite you to go ahead and get comfortable wherever you are. Lay aside anything that you may have in your hands, and most especially anything that may be tugging at your mind or weighing on your heart. Just set that down for now. Maybe get your feet in touch with the floor. Stretch the top of your head up towards the sky. Really open up your body so that you can really breathe. Take a couple of nice deep cleansing breaths. One of our biggest foibles as people is that we tend to breathe shallowly. We don't fully fill our lungs. We don't fully exhale all that we're holding. It's also a function of tightening up, of trying to protect ourselves in some way. Closing down. And that's understandable. There's a lot that's scary. There's a lot that hurts. But as counterintuitive as it may seem sometimes, we have to really breathe. Really open up ourselves. It may feel vulnerable. And it kind of is. We open up our hearts to feel God's love. We open up our hearts to feel the rest of it. But you know what? When we breathe deeply enough in, we're also releasing so much out. Oh, boy. And when we go past whatever it is that's blocking us, past whatever pain there is, whatever fear there is, when we really go deep, what's there is God's love. It's always there. Yeah. Sometimes it's tough to remember. And sometimes it's tough to let go of enough to get past the hurt, to get past the scary, But if we keep breathing and we keep opening, God is there. I promise you, God is there. So right now, just for a few seconds, we're going to do our spiritual communion. And we're going to spend some time breathing deeply, turning within, and allowing ourselves to feel that oneness with Spirit that we find when we spend time with God in the silence. God, Spirit, universe, love. Whatever truly inadequate word we use, whatever word we're comfortable with, it's good to get in touch with that, to remind ourselves, even if it's only for a few moments a day. In Unity, we teach the power of prayer and meditation. Because for some of us, that's where God shows up most strongly. It's where we feel it. When we breathe and turn within and open up our hearts. It doesn't matter where we find Spirit. Some of us find it out in the woods. Some of us find it listening to children laugh. Listening to music, watching the sunset, watching the leaves turn. When we can let go of the busy, the pain, the fear, we can find God all around, in and through us. God's there, I promise. And for that, we are so very grateful. And from our hearts, from the very depths of our being, we say, thank you, sweet Spirit. Thank you, God. So it is.
In the calm of your presence, I am listening, Lord. I am still, I am quiet, I am yours. In the calm of your presence, I am listening, Lord. Let your word speak to me of your wisdom divine. I will obey the truth that I hear. In the calm of your presence, I am listening, Lord. I am still, I am quiet, I am yours. There's a thirst in my soul for your wisdom divine. How I long for the peace and life that I find. In the calm of your presence, I am listening, Lord. I am still, I am quiet, I am yours. So still, silent, I am yours. So still, quiet, I am yours. I am yours.
God, that's beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much. So I'll start this by saying I have my wife's permission to tell this story. It's personal. As some of you know, a lot of you know, Laura was fired last year, 4 days before Christmas. Her crime was sending anonymous thank you notes to other people she worked with. I am not making this up. When her immediate supervisor discovered, well, she confronted her and said, hey, are you the one who's been sending these? And Laura said, yes. She said, well, you have to quit. And Laura said, okay. And you have to admit you were wrong. And Laura said, I'm not going to do that. You can tell me what to do and I'll do that, but you can't tell me what to think. And for refusing to bend the knee, she was fired from a Jesuit school. You know, the combination of the sacred and the profane is mind-boggling sometimes. And I can tell that in so many of the different ways that it shows up that I'm not the only person that it boggles. This is the last Sunday this year of my series on, Ask the Minister, and I actually remembered to bring the 3x5 cards that some of you wrote on, and I want to share them with you. And I'll get to as much of this as I can. This is a lot. How do we stay compassionate to beings who are threatening our rights? What hope is there for real love and commitment in the modern world of Tinder and other dating apps where people are replaceable and disposable? I'm struggling to accept, let alone love people who clearly hate, fear, injure others just because the others are different. I guess I'm really saying I don't want to accept these people. Why do devout Christians support a lying misogynist like Donald Trump? Right there on the card. Why did God give us free will? Left to our own devices, we are cruel, selfish, and destructive. Why isn't God more clear in help and a better way? Why is he so cryptic? Difficult to understand, hard to decipher. It's almost like the word there was. It's a kind of a meta joke. Okay, Charles. What does unity say about war? What do you say? What does unity say about evil? What do you say about evil? Okay. You know, these are questions asked by people who are trying to walk in love while living in a world that is often terrifying and bumfuzzling. You know, like how do you get fired for sending anonymous thank you cards? You know, it's just how do we explain this stuff? We actually have a version in the Army, no good deed goes unpunished. Yeah, right. So first of all, we get back to one of the biggest pieces of our theology. What is the nature of God? What is the nature of the universe? Okay? And traditional Christianity grew out of the mythology that we find in the Bible. The mythology that actually got handed down to us from the Zoroastrians through the Hebrew scriptures, because they're the ones that introduced the idea of an enemy to the Jewish folks. Right? There wasn't a Satan until the Zoroastrians showed up with him. And because every story needs a good villain, right? They were like, okay, yeah, we'll write that guy in. We'll talk about him. And of course, Christians, we just love to talk about the devil because it gives us a scapegoat. Y'all remember Geraldine? The devil made me do it. And metaphysically, you could say that because you could say my ego made me do it. My sense of consciousness made me do it. But you can't put the locus outside of you because that ain't where it came from, Geraldine. Right? God is one. And that's we affirm that every Sunday morning. Traditional unity teachings from Myrtle and Charles Fillmore. God is absolute good, everywhere present. You've heard that before from, probably sitting right in here. There is no power opposed to God, only our perception of separation. Evil is not a competing force. It's the consequence of misperception, of fear, of forgetting who we really are. In unity, evil is not a cosmic entity. It is a state of consciousness. A consciousness of separation and fear, scarcity, right? Lack consciousness, distortion. Now, but here's the thing, and it's funny. I was just having this discussion this morning. Somebody said, "Well, there is no such thing as evil." No, evil is not nothing, but it is no thing. Right? It's not a power. It's not a person. Okay? Because God is indivisible. And every person, everyone among us, still carries a divine spark, no matter how deeply it's buried. Right? You know, and the honest truth is, and I was also discussing this morning, there are some people who may not be able to get back to their divinity in this lifetime. You know, there's some people who are so damaged. Now, I like to think that everybody's redeemable. You know, like that's one of the big messages of Star Wars, right? Even in the very last moment, Darth Vader does the right thing. He saves his kid. He throws down the Emperor. You know, I mean, it kills him, but he dies a hero rather than a villain. And we like to think that that's available to all of us. You know, and we want to give people the benefit of the doubt, right? It's our task not to excuse people's harmful behavior and to see beyond our own illusion of separateness. And man, I get it. There are times when that's really tough. Here's the other tough part. Unity does not teach passivity, right? We're not the thoughts and prayers people. All right? I mean, yeah, we believe in the power of prayer. Amen. And you got to get out there and do the right thing. Unity's fifth principle. We all remember that one, right? Knowledge of these principles is insufficient. We must live the truth we know. Or as I like to put it, if you're going to pray for potatoes, you better grab a hoe. Right? Unity teaches us that right seeing leads to right action. It almost sounds Buddhist, and that's okay, right? We can borrow, we steal a little bit from them. I think some of you know I got my first master's degree in directing for theater and film. And in my first directing class at Cal Arts, what one of our professors said was, if it works, steal it. So, yeah. Yeah, Buddhists got a lot of good stuff. I'll gladly steal that stuff. So, what is good and evil? What is that? You know, it's funny. I went through divinity school, right? So I read a lot about that stuff. But the place where I found a definition that really rang a bell in my head, and I was like, yeah, that's it, was back in first edition Dungeons and Dragons. I'm not kidding. In one of the rule books in first edition D&D, it describes good and evil this way, and I love it. It says that good seeks the weal, which is the flourishing, of the group, even at the expense of the individual self. Evil seeks the weal of the individual self, even at the expense of the group. So is there evil in the world? Oh, hell yes. There are a lot of people who will throw millions of people under the bus to put a few more bucks in their pockets. That's evil. Tell me I'm wrong. So, some of the reasons that this resonates, right? You take a look at some of Jesus' teachings. The greatest among you must be the servant of all. Love your neighbor as yourself. You know, don't screw your neighbor to get a little more for yourself. That was not Jesus' thing. That's not one of his teachings. Even we go to evolutionary biology. Cooperation is how species survive. If we hadn't learned to stop bonking each other on the head with sticks to get the fruit or the dead wildebeest or the whatever, we wouldn't be here. we wouldn't have made it. You go into contemplative psychology and they teach about the ego versus the true self, which is unity theology. We teach that the devil, as Geraldine would say, is essentially our ego. Or as Charles Fillmore would put it, our sense consciousness. That thing that wants stuff, that's prey to all of the 7 deadly sins, right? So how does this understand why people do what they do? Why they do that? And the thing is it goes back to fear. As we like to say in my other spiritual community, false evidence appearing real. It comes from a self-protective consciousness. Right? We fear that illusion of lack, or that illusion of not enoughness, that illusion of need. Grievances, tribalism, and that leads to scapegoating, right? Passing the blame along, the blame and shame, the way Brene Brown talks about it. The attraction of authoritarianism, it's sad, but kind of ironic. I mean, I was reading 10, 15 years ago how the surveys they'd done of Americans said that we would rather have security than freedom. We're there. We're there. If you look a certain way. And it gets back to the false belief that my group, and sometimes my group is my family, or everyone with over $500 million of wealth, whatever the case may be. My group must win or survive at any cost. Those who support harmful political leaders may not seek destruction, but they feel personally threatened, and they turn towards the promises of a strong man. In the past couple decades, past really 1.5, we've gotten to see how strong the deeply hidden racism of this country is. Because the people who've been hiding their deep racism went out of their absolute minds when a black man walked into the White House as the President of the United States. And the backlash against that has been far beyond what most of us imagined. And there are people who could fairly be described as evil, who have taken advantage of that for their own enrichment, no matter how much it has harmed us. And it is harming us. There are millions of people around the world who are going to die because of the decisions that have been made in this country. That is not hyperbole. That's math. And it's shameful. We can't excuse that behavior. What we can attempt to do is understand the fear that's beneath it. With everything that's going on, why doesn't God step in and fix it, Right? You wonder why if God can make the universe, why are we in the middle of this horse manure? Well, we stepped in it. Honestly. God is not some dude on a planet deciding everything for us. God is the ground of our being in which we live and move and breathe, and where we either turn into the light or turn away from it. And what we see is the shadow. That is where people's perception that drives them to do things we describe as evil comes from. But if God were that thing, the great puppet master in the sky, well, we would just be puppets, and love would not be love, and growth would not be growth. That ambiguity is there because we learn by making choices, right? We grow by falling down and standing up. That's who I am. My only tattoo is a phoenix, because I have risen from the dumpster fire a bunch of times. And I wouldn't be standing here if I hadn't lived through those things and kept getting up. And just because God is cryptic, hard to figure out, right, doesn't mean God's absent, not here, right? We find the divine around us and in us, in our conscience. Remember the song from Pinocchio? And always let your conscience be your guide. It's that little voice telling us to do the right thing, even when it's not the easy thing, even when it gets us in trouble. Good trouble, right? Intuition, compassion, the yearning for justice, the courage to love, the discomfort we feel when we see harm being done. Those are signs that God is right here in, as, and through us. Now, what does Unity say about war? Well, you can go on Unity's website and you can read our joint statement for peace. And we affirm peace as the spiritual ideal. And we acknowledge that individuals and nations defend themselves, right? We are working towards a consciousness worldwide that will make war obsolete. Kind of the consciousness of John Lennon's Imagine, right? It's that consciousness Jesus talked about 2,000 years ago, this handyman from Palestine who is still way out in front of us spiritually. How did that happen? 2,000 years. And we're still trying to steal stuff from each other by going to war for it. And that's really what it is, mostly. I mean, yeah, there have been some religious wars, which is really stupid. My God's better than your God. My God can beat up your God. Don't even get me started on, like the Irish. Those are all supposed to be Christians. What the hell, man? And every once in a while, there's a Helen of Troy, right? Somebody takes something real personal. But for the most part, war is just theft writ large. I want your stuff. I'm willing to send a bunch of my bubbas to go kill your bubbas so I can take it. It's happening right now. Right now on this planet, people are doing that. So what we in Unity do is we choose to seek to be the peacemakers in our sphere, whatever sphere that is, even when nations fail to be peacemakers in theirs. It's tough. But instead of calling for blood, we have to call for peace. I'm not going to get to everything I've got. Right? But what can we do about being compassionate with what's going on out there, right? We can still set boundaries. We can say, no, that's not okay. And if somebody takes that as warlike, like my wife's former boss, she set a boundary. Her boss took that as a personal insult. You know, but we can still do that, and it's good for us to do that. Americans are crap at setting boundaries, healthy boundaries. That's something we can work on. We can vote our values. We can resist injustice. And this one's a big one right now. We can stand with the vulnerable and choose not to hate. Okay? And here's the difference that I'm trying to get down to. What we need to try to get to is we don't want to crucify everybody on the Epstein list. We want justice for every little girl who was molested or raped by those people. Right? We want them to know that we actually care about them more than those people with all the money. That's the spirit that we need to get into. When we see evil, we need to not hate the evil, but stand for the good firmly. And we need to be willing to take a hit for it. A couple days ago, the attorney that my wife had hired back when she got fired last year called her up and said, I just signed a contract with a new law firm. I want you to come work for me. Now, Laura has recently taken a position with UW, and she really loves it. And she has a really great boss who would probably, give her at least a nice review for sending anonymous thank yous. Maybe they don't pin medals on civilians, but, there you go. Well done. When we walk through these difficult times, when we encounter evil, we can sometimes find the very best of human beings. The people who ran the Underground Railroad right here in the United States. The people who tried to save the Jews in Germany in the late 1930s and even on into the war years. The Montgomery bus riders. The people who are out there on the streets right now. What we have to do, what we absolutely have to do, is not let our anger turn us into them. It is almost incomprehensible to us to understand how Jesus could say, when struck on one cheek, turn the other. And I don't want anybody to take abuse. I grew up in that kind of household. Nobody needs that. But the idea that instead of doing the same thing they're doing, we're gonna do something a little different. We're gonna try to see more clearly. We're gonna love a little harder. And we're gonna do our best to be the good ones. Amen? Thank you.
like everybody has. Things go from bad to worse. You can't get worse than that, and then they do. You step off the straight and narrow and you don't know where you are. Use the needle of your compass to sew up your broken heart. Ask directions from a genie in a bottle of Jim Beam and she lies to you. That's when you learn the truth. If you're going through hell, keep on going, don't slow down. If you're scared, don't show it. You might get out, for the devil even knows you're there. I've been deep down in the darkness, I've been down to my last match. Felt 100,000 demons breathing fire down my back. Know that if I stumbled, I'd fall right into the trap that they were laying. But the good news is there's angels everywhere out in the street, holding out a hand to pull you right back up upon your feet. The ones that you've been dragging for so long, you're on your knees, you might as well be praying. Guess what I'm saying? If you're going through hell, keep on going, don't slow down. If you're scared, don't show it. You might get out, for the devil even knows you're there. If you're going through hell, keep on moving, face that fire, walk right through it. You might get out, for the devil even knows you're there. If you're going through hell, keep on going, don't slow down. If you're scared, don't show it. You might get out, for the devil even knows you're there. If you're going through hell, keep on moving, face that fire, walk right through it. You might get out, for the devil even knows you're there. Oh, you might get out, for the devil even knows you're there. I said you might get out, for the devil even knows you're there. Oh, 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 yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, just keep going. Okay. All right, now it's time in our service when we give back to this place that we're spiritually fed. So we're going to do our usual sacred walk of abundance. If you're new, just follow the people in front of you. As usual, if you're giving physically here in the sanctuary today, you're going to drop your gift in here. Everybody, however, gets a gift to take home with them. And I call these spiritual vitamin pills. These are actually little affirmations. Mine says, "Today and every day I welcome the new me I am becoming." And that's pretty accurate. Every day I work on trying to be a little better new me, right? So if you're on this side, you grab from this bowl and go back around that way. This side, that bowl around that way. Who's my, okay, Diane's going to direct traffic here in just a minute. But first we're going to bless up our tithes and love offerings with our love offering blessing on the screen behind me. Together, I give freely and fearlessly, fulfilling the law of giving and receiving. This is the bounty of God, and I send it forth with wisdom and joy.
Well, some things in life are bad. They can really make you mad. Other things just make you swear and curse. When you're chewing on life's gristle, don't grumble, give a whistle. And this'll help things turn out for the best. And always Always look on the bright side of life. Always look on the light side of life. If life seems jolly rotten, there's something you've forgotten, and that's to laugh and smile and dance and sing. When you're feeling in the dumps, don't be silly chumps. Just purse your lips and whistle, that's the thing. And always look on the bright side of life. Always look on the bright side of life. For life is quite absurd and death's the final word. You must always face the curtain with a bow. Forget about your sin, give the audience a grin. Enjoy it, it's your last chance anyhow. And always look on the bright side of death. Just before you draw your terminal breath. Life may be full of grit when you look at it. Life's a laugh and death's a joke, it's true. You see, it's all a show, keep 'em laughing as you go. Remember that the last laugh is on you. And always look on the bright side of life. Always look on the right side of life. Always look on the bright 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 side of life. Everybody, always look on the bright side of life. Always look on the bright side of life. Kazoo solo, always look on the bright side of life. 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 Woo.
Quick true story. When I was a kid, I remember when I was in high school, I forget whether it was, I think it was when I was going out for the crew team, and I was trying to lift some weights, I was trying to get stronger. And I used to watch Monty Python at night. So I'm down in my basement, and I'm watching Monty Python while I'm doing bench presses, and I start laughing so hard I can't get the bench off of my neck. The press. So finally, I just managed to, dump it onto the floor. But anyway. Sweet Spirit, we give thanks for these tithes and love offerings. And we send them forth to do the work of Spirit as lived and taught by our brother and way shower Jesus the Christ. We see each gift returning to the giver, not just tenfold or 100-fold, but 1,000-fold, a good measure heaped up, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. And so it is. Amen. All right, Reverend Monica's got some announcements for us.
Good morning, Unity of Bellevue. It's good to be back with you. Thank you for those of you. Thank you. I had a good vacation, and thanks for those of you who helped cover for me. I appreciate that so much. And, joy is who we are, and we can go into that no matter what's going on. And it's a great energizer and healer and joy we have during our songs. And so thank you for that joy that you brought to us. No matter what's going on in the world, we've got that. So thank you. Today we have one-on-one prayer following service, always. And our prayer chaplain this morning is the lovely Shelley Lish, who will be up front here after service. If you need prayer, you can approach her. We also have prayer request cards in the seat backs that you can fill out and put in the prayer box by the south entrance. And if you're online, you can go to our website, unityofbellevue.org/pray. And on that page, you can fill out a prayer request form, and that goes to our prayer chaplains who will email you back. We also have lunch following every service. The McClellans are hosting today. Thank you, Ken and Patty. I think they're already back there getting ready for us. So please join us in the friendship room for some food and fellowship. But before you go there, if you'd like to get 10 minutes of free group Reiki, join us in the library and on Zoom. Our Reiki practitioners will give us 10 minutes of group Reiki, and that's a wonderful reset for your week. And then also we have a busy day today, 12:15 p.m. out in the atrium. For those of you who have new tiles, Reverend Charles will lead us in a tile dedication ceremony. So please join us for that. And then at 12:30, there's a Diving Deeper small group, hybrid in the library and on Zoom. Susan Neidig leads us in a discussion of the day's talk, Reverend Charles' message, for a deeper discussion for everyone who joins. I believe there's also choir practice at 12:30, even though Tony's not here. So for those of you who are in choir, it's in the Unitine room all the way back down the hall. And to the left, Katie will be here to help practice. And if you have not gotten the new calendar, this is our fundraiser, one of our fundraisers. This helps raise money for Unity of Bellevue, and it's also on the 12 Powers, which is going to be the theme for next year for all of Reverend Charles's talks. So it will sync very nicely with that. So you can get that for $20 in the bookstore. And then this is your last. Oh, there's a board meeting coming up this Wednesday. If you want to join that online to observe, you can find the Zoom link on our launch page. That's this Wednesday at 4 p.m. And also this Wednesday is your last chance to get into the Life of Prayer class. That's online on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. And you can register through the website or the newsletter. And we have Marcy for an announcement.
Well, here I am again. And this time, I am a cupcake. And I am here to, as a member of the fundraising committee, I am here to tell you about a new initiative that we're looking forward to doing. This is a dessert dash, and it will happen next Sunday. Am I good with the mic? Can you hear me? Mm-hmm. Okay. So it's next Sunday. Here's how it works. So if you are interested in baking or procuring a delicious dessert, you would let the fundraising committee know, and you would also sign up in the atrium. There's a sign-up sheet out there. And then next week, you would assemble or bake or even buy a fancy dessert, and you would bring it here to Unity on Sunday, and there'll be a table in the atrium where we'll put all these fancy desserts, and next to each dessert will be a bidding sheet. And so then our Unity members and their guests will browse among all the desserts, and if there's one that looks good to you, you will sign up on the line and put the price you'd be willing to pay for this dessert, and then kind of stand back and keep an eye out because someone may circle around and outbid you by putting their name down and a higher bid. And so the wise person will continue to circle around and come around again and upbid that last person. So this will go on for about an hour, and when the bidding is over, the last person to sign up with the highest bid will take that fancy dessert home. And all of this money that is earned, of course, goes to Unity. And I was just, after listening to the presentation and the sermon today, I just thought, there's so many people who would love to hear this. I don't want to get too emotional. So we, as members of our committees and the board, have been looking for ways to promote and get the word about our spiritual community out into the community more effectively. So we're looking at more effective marketing, more effective promotion, and the money that we make through fundraising, it goes to that. We're accumulating it so that we can invest in promotional and marketing things that we don't have in place yet. So I hope that you will join us. I hope that you will participate in the dessert dash, and I hope that you will not only bid it up, but also end up with a great dessert that you'll take home and share with your family over the holidays. Thank you.
Looks like a cupcake pope. Thank you so much, Marcy. A couple of things I'm just going to highlight here. I'm not going to do it. This is a new thing. We're having a sing-along concert on Sunday, December 21st at 12:30 p.m. Yes, I did put that in correctly, with Todd. And that will be by Love Offering, so look forward to put that on your calendar. And then the flowers today were donated by Shelley Lish in honor of her and Monty's 31st anniversary. Congratulations, yay. And then just a couple things. We have a couple of rentals happening this week, and I am going to need chairs stacked on Tuesday at 1 o'clock. So if you can join me at Tuesday on 1 here, we'll get the chairs stacked to the sides for our rental on Wednesday. And then just one more note from Reverend Charles. He will be on spiritual renewal for a week beginning this Thursday. So, thank you. Women Connect meets this Saturday at 10:30 here in the Friendship Room. That didn't get on the list. Apologies. So if you would like to join the women, 10:30 for a potluck brunch this Saturday. And that's all. So let's close with a peace song, followed by the prayer for protection.
The light of God surrounds us.
We are the light of God.
The love of God enfolds us.
We are the love of God.
The power of God protects us.
We are the power of God.
And the presence of God watches over us.
We are the presence of God.
Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Have a great week, Unity.